Good morning. Good morning and welcome to our yoga practice. We have 2 or 3 minutes before we get going, so a nice amount of time to roll out your mat and come into your space, using this time for whatever works best for your body, your mind, a gentle movement, or sitting quietly. You could get a water nearby. You could grab any straps or blocks or bolsters you'd like to incorporate. So we're just coming onto the mat, creating our space, coming into our practice. Another minute or two. We are going to begin standing today if you wanted to head that way. Oh, pardon me. We're still just making our space, coming into our practice, preparing in whatever way works best for us. Another minute or so. We're going to start heading toward that standing posture if you haven't already. We get ready for our practice. So let's meet somewhere near the front third of the mat. Feet can be hip width distance, or maybe even a little wider, giving us a nice solid base this morning. And shift the weight a little bit. Nice way to help build awareness of your foundation, to feel that connection to the earth, our mat. Maybe you spread the toes, give them a little wiggle, a little drum out. And begin to find that nice solid stance. Let the foot connect down to the mat, the toes touching it. And draw awareness up. Check in with the ankles, calves. Maybe keep a little softness through the knees. Notice how the thighs and hips feel. Let the tailbone draw down. Moving up through the spine, relax the shoulders. The arms are down alongside body. A little looseness in the hands. Maybe give the fingers a little wiggle. A little spin of the wrist as you relax them down. Crown of the head reaches tall, maybe a little tuck of the chin as we find our Tadasana, our solid mountain pose. Deepen the breath. Nice full inhales and exhales. Breathe through the nose. Allow the breath to move through the body. And see if you can keep this nice full breath as we move through our practice. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice big inhale, scoop the air around you, reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Big inhale as we reach. Feel the lengthening through side body. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice big inhale to reach up, and this time on our exhale, we'll go all the way down, finding forward fold. Hands can reach to the earth. They could grab elbows in ragdoll to give the body a little support with hands on shins or thighs, especially as we get going here. Keep a little bend at the knees. If you're holding elbows, go ahead and release the hands down. We're going to generously bend the knees as we lower the hips, belly to thighs. Reconnect with our foundation, and then gently rise back up, finding Tadasana. Inhale the hands up. We'll invite in a little twist on the exhale as we turn to the right. Open the arms. Softness in the knees and hips. Inhale back up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale to forward fold. Take a breath. Begin to engage the core, and on your next inhale, come to half lift, that 7 shape. Nice flat back, hands to shins or thighs. Elbows drawing in toward the body, navel draws toward the spine. Exhale as you release. Lower the hips, belly to thighs. Root down and rise up. Take a breath at the top. We'll bring left hand to left hip. Inhale up the right. Exhale as you take it over. Inviting in a lovely stretch through right side body. You can shift the weight over to the right foot, deepening that stretch as the hip presses out. On an inhale, return to center. Exhale, right hand to hip. Inhale up the left arm, finding that length. Keep that length as you exhale over. Again, press out through the left hip. The weight shifts to the left foot. Keep the heart open to the wall in front of you. We'll ease through the upper arm. On an inhale, we'll rise up. Exhale as we release the hand down. Release the right hand as well. Give the shoulders a few little rolls. You can go forward or backward. And slow it down in reverse direction. Slow it down as we find ease with the arms. We'll take the feet a little wider out toward the edges of the mat. Arms are loose. And we'll begin to twist, just allowing the arms to swing around us. Ease through the hips and the knees. You can leave the feet connected here, or you could really get into that twist a little deeper, coming up onto the ball of one foot as you spin, really finding what serves you this morning. We invite in a little rotation for the body. We'll begin to slow it down. Going back to center, we'll leave the feet nice and wide as we inhale up the arms. Exhale to forward, or not to forward. Oh yeah, it is to forward fold. Great goodness, my mind went glitchy there for a moment. Oh. Down and forward fold. We'll invite in a little sway. If the hands are down, you can be gently walking them back side to side. You're holding elbows, just gently swaying. Noticing how the legs feel here. Find a little ease in the low back. Slow it down. Find stillness at center. Release the hands. Engage the core. We'll come to half lift. I think that's where my mind was going earlier. Navel draws in. Gaze is at the earth. Exhale as we release. See if you can heel toe the feet together. Moving them all the way from the edges of the mat to toes and heels touching as best we can. We'll lower the hips, belly to thighs. We're pressing the legs together. We're going to keep the hips where they are as we lift the torso. Hands come up, chair pose. Tailbone draws down. You can hold that giant beach ball in front of you. You could have hands at heart center. Legs are pressing into one another to help give us stability as we build a little strength here. On your next exhale, the hands go to the mat, the hips go to the sky, forward fold. We'll gently roll up as we return to Tadasana. Notice how the feet together, this small change of position, may impact how stable you feel. Take a breath here as you reconnect with your foundation. And inhale the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Plant the hands. We'll step just the right foot back, making any little adjustments we need to. Make sure that left knee is stacked over the ankle or a little bit behind it. Hips are sitting low. Our runner's lunge. We'll drop that back foot to 45. Keep that generous bend at the left knee as we press up. Square the hips to the short edge of the mat. Both feet are rooted down. We'll inhale the arms up to that V, our warrior one. Fingers to the sky, palms toward one another, shoulders melting down from the ears. Nice and centered as we gaze forward. Again with the breath. On an exhale, release the hands. With control, rotate onto the ball of the back foot. We'll lower the right knee down. Coming to our low lunge, hands to mat. Maybe need to make adjustments as you send that knee back, deepening that stretch. We want to feel a nice stretch through the front of the right hip. Again, nice bend at that left knee, stacked or a little bit behind it. Curl the right toes, lift off of that knee, frame the front foot, and then step it back. High plank, you can lower to the knees here if you like. We'll shift the hips up and back. Down dog for just a breath. Walk the feet forward to meet the hands as we find forward fold for a breath. Keep the hands planted as we step the left foot back, swapping sides. Gently lower the hips. Make any adjustments you need to. We want the feet on skis. Nice bend at that right knee, protecting our joint. Nice strong left leg, helping us stay lifted here. Gaze is at the mat. We'll bring the back foot to 45. We gently lift up, adjusting our foundation as needed as we square the hips. Inhale the arms up. That victorious posture, strong and stable in our warrior one. Draw awareness from the soles of the feet up through the fingertips. Back in. And keep a little softness at the elbows. The arms do not have to be perfectly straight. On an exhale, release the hands. Rotate onto the ball of the back foot. Lower the left knee down. And again, we'll probably need to slide it back to find our low lunge. Making those adjustments to create a little distance between the lowered left knee and the front right foot. Use the exhale to help you find a little ease. Soften into the shape. One more breath here. We'll curl the left toes, lift off of that knee, hands frame the right foot, and then we step the right foot back. High plank, strong core. With elbows tight to the body, we'll lower down through chaturanga to the belly. Uncurl the toes and begin to inhale up, stopping when we need, maybe a baby cobra, maybe at a mid-lift. Your back is extra gooey today, maybe you head all the way to an up dog. On an exhale, we'll release down. Take a breath. Relax the low back. On an inhale, lift up. Again, finding your variation of cobra today. Deep stretch for the front midline. Exhale as you release. We'll press back, hips to heels, child's pose. Toes near one another, knees near one another, or knees wide to the edges of the mat. Arms are stretched overhead. We'll walk the elbows in a little closer to the head. Plant them down on the mat as we lift the hands up. Allow palms to touch and then drop the thumbs toward the nape of the neck. You may need to walk the elbows a little farther away from the shoulders. A little tricep stretch. Lower the hands back to the mat. Start to walk them in toward the knees as we lift up. And find a kneeling position. If sitting in a kneeling posture doesn't serve you, you can take a seated position for a moment. We'll allow the arms to come down along our sides. Inhale them up to that V. And then we're head to eagle arms. On an exhale, lower right arm under left. Create that little X at the elbows. And then wrap the arms up. You might end up palm to palm, back of hand to back of hand, some little middle version. And if having eagle arms doesn't serve you, you can just take a nice big hug. Still creating a lovely stretch for the shoulders. The gaze is forward wherever you're at. On an exhale, we'll unwind. Release the arms. Give the shoulders a little wiggle. And then reset. Inhale the arms up. This time we'll take left under right as we exhale. Find that X at the elbows. And then find your wrap. The forearms twisting around one another. Nice space between the shoulder blades. And again, remember those variations. Lots of ways to connect with the body in similar ways. Finding what serves you this morning. On an exhale, we'll release. Settle the arms. Give the shoulders a little wiggle. Walk the hands back out. Finding an extended tabletop. Spread the fingers wide as you curl the toes. Gently lift the knees. Hips go high. Down dog. We'll take 3 breaths here. So feel free to explore the shape if you like through movement. Find stillness. Walk the hands back to the feet as you find forward fold at the back of the mat. Take a breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Nice big inhale draws us up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll keep hands at heart center as we take a big step forward with the right foot, maybe 2 to 3 feet. Move these. And with a strong flat back, we'll start to hinge forward, only stopping when our body wants. That could be 10 degrees, 45, 90. You can stay with hands at heart center, really using the core here. Hips square to the short edge of the mat. You may want to turn out. You can take them out to airplane arms. If you have blocks that you like to incorporate, you can plant those on either side of the mat. You can also interlace fingers behind the back and add a little heart opener here if you like. Lots of variations as we create a lovely stretch along the back side of the right leg. Taking one more breath here. Generous bend at that right knee. And we'll press up, releasing our arms from wherever they're at. And then swinging the left foot forward. So again, about 2 to 3 feet. Feet are on skis. We're going to start with hands at heart center. Thumbs touching our sternum as we lift the spine long. Hinge forward. Nice flat back as we start. Trying to maintain it as best we can. And finding that arm variation that serves us on this side today. Awareness along the back of the left leg, checking in. Generous bend in that left knee as we press up and bring the right foot forward. Find Tadasana somewhere near the front third of the mat. Stand tall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale as you release. Plant the hands, step one foot back and then the other. High plank. Lower down, coming to the belly. Inhale up to your cobra. Exhale as you release, shift the hips, down dog. Heels reaching toward the earth, though they may not touch. Trying to find a nice flat back. Lower to the knees, uncurl the toes, belly to thighs, child's pose. You could create a little ease in the arms, softening the elbows, creating a little pillow for the forehead. We take a few rounds of breath here. Checking in with the body. We'll start to walk the hands in toward the knees as we lift up. Rotate on to a favorite hip and find a comfortable seated spot, whatever that looks like for you today. Lots of variations. And where the sit bones can connect down, where you can sit tall and find a little ease for the arms. Shoulders melt away from the ears. We'll drop right ear toward right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left ear toward left shoulder. Notice as you let the head fall, if the shoulders scrunch up. They do, use that next exhale to settle them back, to soften through the body. We'll come back to center. Drop chin to chest. And then we'll draw a line with the nose all the way up toward the sky. Feel the opening through the throat. Little lift of the heart. Bring the gaze back to center. We'll tuck of the chin, crown of the head reaches tall. We'll look left and then right. Allow the eyes to move with you as we look left. Pause, maybe the eyes travel a little farther. And then back around to the right. Again, we'll pause. See if the eyes can glance farther behind you. Back to center. We'll draw hands together at heart center to seal in our practice today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. I hope you take kind thoughts, kind words, and kind intentions with you from now until we meet again. Enjoy the week ahead. I hope you had a wonderful practice. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back on the mat next Tuesday morning. Bye, y'all.